The Honourable Leader of the New Democratic Party.
Mr. Speaker, since the budget was first presented, we have heard a lot of strident self-satisfaction from the Premier, as though he were unaware of the number of people who are really disappointed by the budget. But the Canadian Mental Health Association says the budget falls short on addressing the social determinants of health. And the Ecology Action Centre says the budget doesn't take the necessary steps to move ideas into action. And the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives says the budget doesn't meet the current challenges on the cost of living. Is the Premier out of touch with the number of people who are disappointed with this budget?
The Honourable Premier.
No.
The Honourable Leader of the New Democratic Party on his first supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, the Canadian Federation of Students says the budget lacks solutions for the future on the affordability of post-secondary education. The Canadian Union of Public Employees says the budget does not adequately address decades of neglect. The director of the Nova Scotia College of Social Workers calls it a budget of unmet needs. Will the Premier acknowledge that his boasting about a $13 billion budget might fall a little flat for a person making $13.35?
The Honourable Premier.
Speaker, and here's what I'd say, and I respect and appreciate the concerns that people raise about government policy, about government priorities, government spending, and for the sake of our democracy, there will always be those who look to find the other side. That plays an important role in our democracy. But I would suggest that to the member, that maybe even the member could find it in himself to acknowledge that in $13 billion of investments, there's at least some good in there, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the New Democratic Party on his final supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, on the day that the budget was tabled by the government, Sherry Lecker, Executive Director of ADSM for Women and Children, said this: "Life is grueling for too many Nova Scotians. We try to remain hopeful in our work, in our hearts, but days like this are tough. When those who could deliver real hope, solutions, and truly affordable housing fail to come through, we do feel a degree of defeat." Does the Premier acknowledge that there are many people for whom real hope and real solutions are not provided or offered in this budget?
The Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And look, this is an incredibly stressful time for Nova Scotians. There's no question with the cost of living changes, with the realities of life, the stresses that people are under. There's no question that it's a very, very difficult time for Nova Scotians. I don't want to minimize that for 1 second. I feel that very personally, Mr. Speaker. We'll do what we can as a government. I believe we've shown that in our government. I have great respect for the work that ADSM House does. That's why this government continues to support them and invest in them. Will there always be a need for more? Yes, Mr. Speaker, there will always be a need for more. We tabled a $13 billion budget, and I would suggest that if that was $20 billion, there would still be those that say not enough. And you know what, Mr. Speaker? They may be right, but we will do what we can for Nova Scotians every single day.